I'm Geoffrey Villardo, and in the Roman campaign from the stainless steel titanium mode for medieval 2 Total War Kingdoms, the states of Aragon, Genoa, and Sicily have joined the crusade. We are strengthening our border garrisons. Smyrna and Handax have gotten new walls of shiny varnished wood. It never goes out of fashion in these parts. The previous walls were made of silk, but wood does not burn quite as fast. No one thought of just sticking to stone walls in these days when having pretty-looking walls was the latest thing.
Oh, you've got such shiny, well-varnished wooden walls, dear. They look nice. Everyone else on Crete just seems to be constructing everything out of stone. Stone? Stone? Oh dear, stone is only good for roads, bridges, aqueducts, homes, churches, and animal pens, not for pretty town walls. Where did you find so much wood to make your walls, dear? Oh, the Emperor imported it from Norway, part of a new trade agreement, methinks. Doesn't the oak paneling look wonderful? I hear our swordsmith has started making swords out of wood. They are going to look splendid.
Alexius Comnenus Ducas is on a glory hunt. Loyalty -2, morale for his army is high, +3. A foreign merchant strikes, but our merchant businesses survive. Admiral Dionysius catches another Sicilian fleet up to no good, transporting even some men over to our side. He attacks the enemy fleet, but they manage to make at first a quick escape, though ultimately I think the enemy fleet was sunk. A German general is on his way to the Holy Lands. By the way, what did the inhabitants of the HRE call themselves in those days? They called themselves Deutsch. That was the word for German, that is Deutsch then. That is the term they used for the people themselves who lived in the HRE. The emperor, of course, was in addition Roman and holy. Some Saracens have turned up near Sis. They will find Sis so well guarded, too well guarded for their liking. Our relations with the Papal States have gone to poor, and with Venice have gone to abysmal. An Aragonese general is passing through our lands on his way to the crusade. A Venetian ambassador arrives with offers of peace. We need to eliminate Venice as part of the victory conditions, so this offer is not very exciting to us, unless maybe we can get something meaningful out of it, maybe if Venice would sell us Ragusa. We make him a decent offer, but he refuses. We add an attack on the Turks and the deal, but in the end he is not interested. Hungary and Denmark have now joined the crusade. Another wooden wall has been completed in Sinope. Wood has caught up the fascination of our architects. Alexius Comnenus Ducas remains bent on glory. Thanks to all our wooden walls, we now are the most advanced wooden wall civilization on Earth. The crusade has been successful. Cairo has fallen. Wow, Cairo? The Venetians have taken Cairo. Here's a French crusading general crossing our lands. He has been left high and dry. The same applies to this Aragonese general. Our Admiral Dionysius attacks another Norman fleet off our coast, and with the help of our allies, the Hungarians,
closing to engage, my lord,
sends it to the bottom of the sea.
A glorious triumph!
Egypt asked for an alliance, which we granted. hostilities with Egypt have now ceased. Relations with the Papal States are now very poor. Hostilities ceased between Egypt, England, Hungary, and the Crusader states, who are our allies.
With God's blessing and yours, we march to battle.
Our emperor, Basilius Ioannis, attacks a rebel leader named Strategopoulos near Adrianople. General Strategopoulos has rebelled against his emperor, and he is leading an army of what seem to be Bulgarian rebels of some sort. He has a bodyguard of mailed knights with a high charge bonus. We will have to take care of that before they can engage our men. To battle and glory then. So we have some skirmishers here, and we've sent them to the flank of the enemy, and they are hitting the flank of the enemy general's bodyguard here. The enemy mailed knights have already lost 3 knights. There are more arrows coming in, another knight has fallen. Here are the Norman knights, and here is the general. The general himself is Roman. He's named Strategopoulos. And here are our skirmishers. They are firing at the flank of the enemy mailed knights. More mailed knights are dying. Hopefully there will not be any left by the time they come close to our line. Our infantry consists only of a company of archers backed up by a company of scutati. And here is our emperor, Emperor Ioannis. Our enemies had been approaching with some skirmishers here. Very foolishly, they've been charging ahead of the rest of the rebel army. Our emperor charges them down. This group runs off, the other ones have been slaughtered. And next our emperor turns his attention to this group of enemy archers. They will get massacred as well. Our enemy still has some units in the distance, another 2 companies, I believe, in decent strength. In the meantime, you have attacked those mailed knights in the rear, perhaps somewhat by accident. Our archers got entangled with the enemy mailed knights. Nonetheless, our general is now heading this way, and he is about to attack what is left of the mailed knights in the flank. Okay, this man is dead. Doesn't look like anyone has survived. Where is their general? The general is somewhere. Maybe he wasn't in this unit. In any case, here's the enemy infantry.
The enemy are badly blooded. They have lost half their men.
The enemy infantry, the melee infantry, got themselves somehow separated from their archers. One of those things the AI is babysitting with. Someone must look into the battle AI.
Praise the Almighty! Our enemy has lost his stomach to fight. We must push our advantage.
And a few flaming arrows is all the argument the enemy militia need, the enemy rebels, to convince themselves they should better run. And here's again our Emperor. He's running down. Anyone running away? So we reached the thin red line, we cannot go any further.
This is a clear victory that goes to only men of great virtue and valor.
So Basilius Ioannis, our emperor, has gained victory, losing only 13 men. He has also gained some experience.
God will is mine.
God has granted his faithful this victory.
Emperor Ioannis is now a promising commander. He has extremely high authority, which must be good, and thanks to his various ancillaries he also has good command skills. True Banner of the Emperor, +1 authority, +1 to law, +1 to morale. Proto-Assecres, increased authority. The Emperor's Seal, +1 authority, affects also piety. Lord of Sinope, +5% tax and trade, but decreased authority, no big deal. Globus Cruciger, to be passed on to the next co-emperor, gives +4 loyalty, +2 local popularity, +1 morale. Strategos of Thessalonica, +10% tax and trade bonus, and also a mentor ancillary, +1 command. We made some 1,000 gold loss just because our emperor was not using his tax and trade bonuses while taking the field. The nasty Egyptian rats, who came begging for peace just a turn ago, have now attacked our allies, the Crusader states. Do this again and you will find us in Medina next, rascals. Of course we side with the Crusader states. Our alliance with Egypt is in tatters, which is not as nasty as it can get for them. Admiral Dionysius has defeated one of his dromoons at Dyrrhachium. Emperor Ioannis is now strictly religious, a new trait that gives +1 to piety and chivalry to all generals, +2 piety to all priests, nearly unlimited priests, agents, and 20% decrease in construction costs for all religious buildings. What a trait! Ioannis Komnenos was a very pious emperor in real history and the only emperor whose image survives and was left of the mosaics of Hagia Sophia. So this is true to form. In the meantime, Alexius Komnenos Doukas remained still bent on glory. Egypt is at war with the Crusader states, as we already know, while Venice and Hungary have made a truce. Thessalonica is ready to upgrade. It looks like they will not be getting a pretty wooden wall. The HRE are the most advanced faction. We slipped back to second place. Our economy is still suffering from our emperor leaving Constantinople. He is in Adrianople.
Yes, Lord.
Back to Constantinople then. This should fix the economy.
Your orders, noble one. Your will.
Theodorus Batagas takes up the affairs of Nicaea. Isaicius Comnenus joins his dad in Constantinople, where our emperor finds the opportunity to pass on to his co-emperor the Globus Cruciger, the sign that Isaicius is chosen as the future emperor. Isaicius Comnenus is now on full loyalty. The Globus Cruciger gives +4 loyalty, +2 local popularity, +1 morale, as we said earlier. The seal of the emperor is passed to a young nobleman, Kyriakos Komnenos Dukas, to improve his loyalty. Relations with the Papal States are now at abysmal. Although we are allies with the Crusader states, never mix the church with politics.
Yes, my lord. Attacking on your command.
Our admiral Dionysius attacks another Norman fleet, and the Normans make themselves scarce. There's another Norman fleet nearby, but we get stuck against the Tunisian fleet and cannot
But
attack
my lord,
them.
this is impossible. We cannot sail there.
Out in the east, the Turkish Sultan Berk Yaruk of the Turks has crossed the empire's borders. A spy has gone to investigate. He has with him a very sizable force with apparently plenty of cavalry, but our spy cannot tell us more. We need to send over some border scouts, which we do promptly. So the enemy army seems to be mostly of infantry, actually. But there's cavalry on the wings. The infantry doesn't look like it's worth very much. Here is the cavalry. The cavalry looks like some light skirmishers here. Mostly light skirmishers, I should think. There are some with armor. And then there are some camel skirmishers, camel archers over here. These are armed with some small shields and beautiful robes. Back here, there seem to be a more gung-ho unit. What's this? Probably some kind of Sipai type unit. There are also some Bedouin cavalry in the rear. What is this? No, they are Bedouins? They are useless. Here's the Seljuk general. He looks formidable.
Today's defeat is nothing. We fought like true men. Next time, these pigs will pay for their good luck today.
Here's the other wing of the enemy cavalry. A lot of light archers again. Back here's their second general. So they have two generals in the army. So a large army, but not particularly strong looking. And so our scouts have left the battlefield and this short battle is over. But we managed to get a good look of the enemy army. We know what they're up to. The Turkish Sultan lays siege on Sebastia. That is lucky. That is our greatest stronghold in the area and has in it the Siphonatorus. The Venetian Doge is dead. Relations with the Turks are terrible. That's not quite as bad as with the Pope. Hostilities cease between Venice and the Holy Roman Empire. Some levy archers have been recruited in Trebizond. A couple of small projects have been completed. Arsacius Comnenus is favoured. Queues are stalled. The economy is doing fine. Sebastia, as we already know, is under siege by the Seljuk Sultan.
A most worthwhile meeting, mon ami.
Our diplomat Marianus Procopis has signed some new treaty with France, and relations with France are now outstanding. The never-tiring Normans have landed another small army outside Arakion.
Name the field of battle. We will meet you there.
Our spy goes to investigate the situation with the Venetians.
Without a trace. Name the field of battle. We will meet you there.
The Venetians seem to have built a fort outside Ragusa and have put some good units there. That's a clever move from the AI.
Yes, my lord. This is where we shall meet the enemy.
Alexius Palaeologus sallies out of Dyrrhachium to attack the pesky Normans. Alexius Comnenus Ducas is in the area and comes to help with his bodyguard. Here's the Norman army. Alexius Comnenus Ducas has come to our aid. It looks like the Venetian army consists of 2 cavalry units and a group of militiamen, a company of militiamen. Are they supposed to take the castle? Brave Sicilian militiamen, your task today is to win or to die. If you die, your death will be remembered fondly. So fondly we will send more militia companies to avenge you in future naval landings. Hooray! So here's our side. We have deployed outside the walls. The enemy commander is charging our levies, and our own general is attacking the rear. That must be Alexius Comnenus Ducas, actually. He's about to attack his rear, but he was a little bit slow. The Normans have much higher charge, and so they were very quick to charge our
Battle
lines.
is in our favor. If we remain true and wholehearted, victory will be ours.
So they charged our levies. They nearly went through them. We actually have the double they're a double stack of levies, if you understand what I mean. They're doubly stacked, the levies. Anyway, so that was to increase the density, because the density of our levies is worthless. In any case, so lots of people died from every side. And now the enemy has been attacked in the rear by Alexius Comnenus Ducas.
Glorious heaven above! Our men have captured the enemy general. Guard him well, give the dog some wine, and be sure he can see us defeat the rest of his army.
So General Placido, the enemy commander, is dead.
We're under attack.
Here is here are the brave enemy militiamen. On you go. They're not quite so sure. Our general said we may win or die. They've been murdered. There are javelins coming and arrows coming from the walls and the towers. They have been massacred.
Praise the Almighty! Our enemy has lost his stomach to fight. We must push our advantage.
It just ran off. No, we did not mean to attack. It was just a race we were running to get don't get cross at us. We are going now. Oh dear. Brilliant strategy by the AI, attacking with a group of levy militia of some kind up the slope against double stacked enemies. Spear then underneath the wall with javelins raining and cavalry waiting on both flanks. Well done, AI.
Orders completed, my lord.
Okay. Cavalry sandwich.
This is a clear victory that goes to only men of great virtue and valor.
So, that charge by the enemy general cost us 100 men, but they were just cheap levies armed with umbrellas. We offer the prisoners up for ransom, but the Norman king does not ransom the prisoners, who were just levies with no name, so they will be sent to work in the dockyards.
The day is ours. The enemy are beaten.
Thank you for watching.